What's up? Derek Lambert here, and we're going to talk about Opanas, the crushables. Now, check the description out. Like, share, plug that bell, if you will, and you'll be notified any videos that are upcoming. We have a Discord chat room for everybody to hang out in 24/7 if you need someone to talk to right now. All right, y'all, into the Opanas. I'm going to tell you guys the effects and what happened to me in my journey. I have 3.5 years clean off all drugs, any substances. I only do caffeine. I even quit the nicotine. So this kind of gives you an idea where I came from. First off, what led me to doing them, I was already addicted to Percocets, painkillers, and I was trying to find them. And the lady that was selling the Percocets, by the way, I was not prescribed them as some are, she had these things called Opanas. They were little red stop signs, and they had this coating on them, and I had no clue what I was getting myself into. So I was really mad because I want my Percocets. I'm like, that's all you have? Yeah, I'll give them to you for $5 a piece. Well, later on, I come to find out that that was a gold mine and that I could easily get my money and still keep my habit going by buying them from her. $5 a piece when they go for like $2 a milligram on the streets on average. From what I've been told, a lot of people are paying like $2 a milligram. Anywho, I get a whole bunch of these $5 a piece 30 milligram stop signs. This is before they made the crushables, so everything was the same. And I swallowed it. And I was so disappointed. I was like, this is not even close to what my Percocets were. I need something that's going to get me high. So I was upset about it, and someone finally bumped into me and goes, dude, you can get those for that price. Do this. This is how, you do it. They licked the coating off, and I ended up doing a small line. By the way, I didn't snort much. I usually swallowed whatever pills I would get. And I did this small amount, and I felt a warm sensation like I had never felt before. I am not recommending to do these, okay? I'm not promoting this in any way, shape, or form. I'm just telling you my experience. It was like I had went to heaven. It literally felt like the best feeling I'd ever felt, and this is why it's so addictive. You feel like you're resting on the clouds, the same way a heroin high would feel. I've had experience with a variety of opioids, but Opanas are up there at the top in many ways. The high was intense. I immediately had to throw up, and I had to continue to throw up. I even did it one time years later. I did way too much for the first time coming back onto them, and I was sick for 3 days. I had felt the effects of it for 3 days, and this is no joke. I probably had minor overdose situation take place, and I was making myself puke because I was so scared of how I felt. It slowed my breathing down, so it's easy when you're going to sleep on it or trying to wake up because you're breathing. Your lungs stop working like they were. Your respiratory system starts to slow down and shut down. And the Opanas also numb you in a way you don't feel jack diddly squat. I mean, it really numbs a lot of the pain. I can see why they prescribe it. But they tell you, do not crush. Only swallow. And of course, we drug addicts do things that we shouldn't do to get the best high out of the drug, right? Well, long story short, giving you guys how this affected me, I found myself using more and more Opana. And the longer that I was on it, the higher my tolerance went. I'm using 2, 3, 4, no joke, some days, 2, 3, 4, 30 milligram, 40 milligram Opanas a day. And that cost a lot of money. So I'm about broke. And I go to buy one. I had to go in half with somebody because I didn't have $70 to get this 40 milligram. And I go half on it, and it doesn't even get me where I wanted to be. So now I call to this guy, and he's like, look, try some heroin. ... To be continued on the heroin topic of this. But Opanas were so powerful and had me going down this trail so much, I even had to go to a detox center. And I went to a detox center to try and get off of them. When the doctor told me how I had gradually developed and what my usage was from swallowing to snorting, from Percocet and Vicodin to Oxycontin, Roxys and Oxys, and up to Opanas, that I had gradually gotten to a worse state. I didn't like to hear that news. I pulled myself out after being at the detox for 2 days, and I started going to meetings, all sorts of different stuff. But I wanted you guys to understand that it is an extremely addictive drug, and many people who get hooked on this thing have a very hard time getting off because of the effects that they cause. And they do help you drown out everything around you. But the euphoric feeling is rare. It's extremely rare and unique because not many people can find that feeling in many drugs. Though they're out there, you don't find them that often. So this is my little video on Opanas, the crushables. There's more stories involved in the crushables, but I wanted to give you a small snippet as to what they make you feel like, why they're so dangerous, why you want to stay away from them if you can, especially if you're a drug addict doing it. I would definitely recommend see a doctor. I'm no medical professional. This is just my relative experience on these, and I think it's important I get this out there. It might save some lives. So stay away from them, because once you pop the top, the fun may not stop, and a lot of people don't escape this route. It's very, very slim to none that people actually escape opiate addiction on the level that I'm at. So love you guys, and stay tuned for the next video. I appreciate it. Derek Lambert.